Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And it's now a 7-0. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And his first look is incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Rodgers will try again on 2nd down. And his pass incomplete. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
158!
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Drops it to Jones in the flat. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. And he'll take it to the 43-yard line. And he goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost the game. This seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that 1st down on 3rd down.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. He gets it over the middle to Cobb. Rodgers to Cobb, good for a Green Bay 1st.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. We become so accustomed to it, you sort of take it for granted.
You really do, but he is so good that every team in his division, every year, is trying to make sure they draft people charged with trying to block J.J. Watt. So far, hasn't been too successful.
The connection made. It's Graham. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That one goes for 24 yards.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little game. Escaping the pressure right, and he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Rodgers. That is caught at the 7. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Equanimous St. Brown, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Watson on first down. And he whips one in there complete. That's Demaryius Thomas. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. This is Miller. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A minute 57 to go in this first half. We're back to Lambeau following these words. Now a first down throw. Watson nowhere to escape, and he goes down. It's hurry-up mode time for the Texans, hustling up to the line.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Thomas the intended target, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
3rd and long. It's Watson. And incomplete on the deep ball. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Green Bay Packers getting the ball back here. But I wanted to ask you to kind of assess 2018 for them, because you think back to the midway point, they're under 500. Even some of their wins have been, I don't know if you want to call it a little uninspiring, but what do you make of their season?
Good word, because Chicago had to come back, and that was Aaron Rodgers coming back from injury in that game to win that one on opening night. San Francisco at home on a Monday night game. Everybody thought they'd blow them away, and they really struggled in that one. But the better teams that they've played.
And the defense loses him. It's complete. And all the way down to the 29. It's a big play that time for the Packers. 51 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket, because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
Now a first down carry by Jones. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
J.J. Watt makes another tackle there, and it's for a minimal gain. And let's face it, if that's all you're going to get running the ball, you're not going to have much success against him and his team.
Or, yeah, you better find a way to go around J.J. Watt, which isn't easy to do.
It's really not, because you got to try everything. Can you go around him? Can you go by him? Can you influence him to get him out of position so maybe you can wall him off? He's a really sharp, intelligent player, as well as a physical specimen.
The first red zone opportunity now for the Packers. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. They'll pitch it out to Jones. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A great effort stands out, and the Packers are able to cash in for 6. Crosby with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Crosby on now to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. Now he's going to throw deep back over the middle. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tremont Williams. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Got a man open, it's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Devontae Adams in the final seconds of the first half. And the Packers add on to their lead. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And it's now 21-7. Crosby on now to kick it away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it down. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Rodgers now on 1st down. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Now a play fake. Rodgers. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Trying to lay one up. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I know they had good coverage downfield, but you have to wonder, on 3rd and long like that, how does that happen that they can get that far downfield and complete a pass? You got to guard the sticks, understand where you are, so it's almost like someone fell asleep in the switch, and now that the play's been completed, they've got to dust themselves off on defense, pick it up, and figure out how to not let that happen again.
One back in the game. That's Jones, 2nd and goal. He's going to get it running right. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Here's Jones. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the 2nd extra point he's missed so far. Crosby on now to kick it away. This is taken near the 13. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the 2nd half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Watson throwing again. Underneath for Miller. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
On first down, Watson. Flush to his right. And some room to maneuver. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy, because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for him.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. On 2nd down, here's Watson. Man open, that's Kiki QT, complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. They find some open field here. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Miller. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Here's Watson now on 2nd down. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now at Lambeau. It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the 4th quarter. The Texans on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6.
Reset. Check 26. Richmond.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Tiger. Check 27. Come back. Tiger.
And with the play clock running low, Bill O'Brien's going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. That's caught. It's Thomas. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. Bill O'Brien rolls the dice, but to no avail. And it'll be a turnover on downs. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. Rodgers now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. Got some room at the 30. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Every player I know tends to play the game in his mind before it actually happens. There's no way he thought that at this stage of the game, this would be his first big run like that.
Yeah, but it's got to feel for him like the floodgates open, a sigh of relief. Now we'll see if things can open up for him.
See if it can continue.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. Rodgers now to throw. Rolling to his right. That is incomplete.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
The Packers on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd down and 12. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Caught left side by Cobb. Well, they convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish. The strategy would tell you, run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop.
Let's go, hey, let's go, come on.
Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this.
We are going.
On play action, Rodgers. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long.
319! 319!
On play action, it's Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. This is caught with a catch right side. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. He's got his targets covered. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
Crosby on now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And here comes the Texans now. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
And he'll be taken down here at about the 23-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Watson now to throw. Packer pressure, and down he goes. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal?
We got 4. We got 4. Hey, check Mike 27. Check Mike 27. Come back. Come back. Hey.
Here's Watson. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Here's Watson, and that is incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Play action for Miller. Now Watson escaping the pressure right. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. And now the Packers going to take another timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Two jet! Two jet! Rush in! Come back! Come back! Hey, Mike 50!
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Rodgers looking to throw. On the crossing route, complete. That's Cobb. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Motion, man. Motion. 319.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Rodgers. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining. The Packers on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
Zone.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lead, yeah, a little extra on top.
Now the final act of this victory, the extra point. Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all